All right, y'all, so this is the big one. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you the number one biggest key to you building your brand, and it doesn't cost you anything. I told you in the last video, it almost sounds too good to be true, and today I'm gonna reveal it. But before we jump into the big reveal, it's really important that we go back and recap the last two videos. In the first video, we talked about why focusing on building a brand was so important versus just focusing on the music itself, which is also very, very important, but that's not all you need. And there's a lot of reasons why that's the case, which we'll get into a little bit later in the video. In the second video, I gave you the most fundamental step to start building your brand and how we actually start to build that foundation. If you remember, I also used Joyner Lucas, an artist that I've worked with in the past, as an example of how he was able to leverage his superpower, as we called it. If you haven't watched those two videos, make sure you pause this video, go back, watch those first two right now. Okay, so now I'm going to reveal the single biggest key in building your brand: content. It's no secret. We all know it. We all see it. We all consume it every single day. It's a chance for you to not only share your music, but to share your story and connect with your audience. And that connection is what turns people from followers into fans. If you remember, content is what made people start paying attention to Joyner when he first started releasing those freestyle videos. That content is what put the eyes and the attention and the spotlight on him. Think about why you buy certain products all the time. Whether it's a conscious decision or not, those products and those brands have made you believe that their product is perfectly suited or fitted for your particular lifestyle. But the problem that I've found in the music industry is that most aspiring creatives either don't know what type of content to post, or they're just not good at it. And that is the first problem. That's a huge problem because you're not even giving people the opportunity to discover and connect with you. But let me ask you this: if it wasn't such a big challenge, would you do it more? And that's why we spent so much time in the first two videos establishing an understanding of your own personal brand. So let's walk through how you're actually going to do this and start translating that into content. So I was a horrible student. I got horrible grades all throughout school. So I'm not gonna call this homework or an assignment, but more of a to-do list. All I want you to do is create one single piece of content for social media. It's very simple, and all you're going to need is this, just your phone. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your phone to capture you demonstrating your greatest superpower. So whatever you wrote down on the piece of paper or in your phone in the last video, we're gonna use that superpower and create content around it, just one. So we're gonna record that, and it's gonna be no longer than 1 to 2 minutes, so pretty short. So whatever your superpower is, whether it's singing or rapping your most heartfelt verse over a beat, playing an instrument, whatever it is. And if you remember, we also wrote down 1 or 2 hobbies that you just enjoy doing or that you're interested in. If you can somehow weave that in and tie it into your core strength, your superpower, then that's even better. That's like a bonus. For example, if you're a great rapper or you're a great storyteller, maybe tell a story of you skateboarding or something that you enjoy doing or how you fell in love with it. Or maybe you can actually tie that into the visual aspect itself, you know, be at a skate park or be on your skateboard doing tricks while rapping at the same time, just something creative. Or you can even include some lines about a popular topic that's being discussed right now a lot in the media or in the news. The key here is pretend the camera isn't even on. Just record yourself and go. Get creative, but do not overthink it. This is a big problem that I've found a lot of music creatives face, is that they start overthinking these ideas, and then it becomes daunting and challenging, and then they end up just not doing it at all because it seems like too much work. This should be something that is quick, easy, and only takes a couple of minutes to do. After that video is done, what I want you to do is just post it to all your socials with an honest, authentic caption that includes some hashtags that are relevant to it. So again, if we're talking about skateboarding, obviously use the hashtag skateboarding or skating or ollie, kickflip, whatever you think is relevant. And for the actual copy of the caption, Just tell people what was going through your mind as you were doing it. And then really important, you want to end the caption with giving some type of call to action. So ask people what they think about it, or ask them to rate your bars or your skating tricks. So this is key because it's going to create dialogue with your audience, which is exactly what you want. And you want to make sure once people start commenting that you reply. It doesn't have to be anything long or in-depth. Just show them love and let them know that you've seen it. And that's it. It should be very simple, not too hard, not over thought out. But the reason why we did this is because it is so key. It's one of the key pillars to building your brand, creating and posting content consistently. And full disclaimer, it's going to take time. That piece of content probably isn't going to go viral, but it will start creating some engagement with your audience over time. And you're also going to learn how to refine your content and get better at it, get better at communicating with your fans, and just getting more creative with it. And if you can learn to do that consistently over time, I promise you the audience that you want to connect with is going to find you. And that is the key. You won't have to randomly spam people on social media or slide in people's DMs asking them to follow you or check out your music. You are going to build your community one person at a time, and it's going to be real. So what we just proved is that if you can create this piece of content in a relatively short period of time, maybe it took you 10 minutes to do, then you can create a consistent posting schedule for social media on a daily or weekly basis. It can be once every other day, it can be 2 to 3 times a week. You come up with the schedule, and the key is to make it manageable for now. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to post 5 times a day. Create a posting schedule that you're going to be able to maintain long term. And as you get better at that, we can scale up, post more consistently, and just push out more content. So if all that sounds simple enough, there's more good news. My full course, Music Branding Mastery, teaches you how to build a personal brand from the ground up, and it's going to be a lot more information pertaining to content and social media, how to build your brand, how to monetize your brand, and give you a lot more practical tools and tips and resources on how to do exactly that. And here's the best part. I'm going to launch Music Branding Mastery in a couple days, so get ready. This will easily be my most helpful, comprehensive information that I've ever released. So in the next video, I'm going to show you the complete blueprint from beginning to end of what that's going to include. You definitely won't want to miss this, because this is going to be the entire plan all laid out for you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.